Howdy everybody and welcome back to the stock analysis video. Today we are going to be analyzing the company Beyond Meat. Now probably a lot of you guys have heard of this company because this has been hyped up for like the past 2 years, since 2020 all the way up to I think like the end of 2021. It was just completely hyped up to the point that, well, the stock reached a massive price of around like $178, and currently it is at $65.13. So we're going to be analyzing this company to see if its fundamentals actually match this share price of $65, or maybe, well, this is way overhyped still even to this day, and maybe we want it to drop even further. So with that said, let's get started with this analysis. Now starting off, guys, we're going to go straight into the spreadsheet because this company does not pay a dividend. They're a really small company, guys, so do not expect any big numbers with this. But anyways, we got the ticker symbol BYND, market cap of $4.1 billion. PE, guys, NA. This is pretty much saying that this company makes no money. They have absolutely no earnings. And just to prove it to you that this is not just a malfunction of Google Finance, I looked this up on Google, just the basic NASDAQ Beyond Meat Inc. And well, as you can see right here, PE ratio, also 0. So as I said, this pretty much is saying that this company doesn't have any earnings. They are pretty much in their negative earnings. They make no money, which is the reason why their PE trailing 12 months, TTM, is NA. Current share price, guys, is $65.13. They do not pay a dividend, which normally I would say this means that all of their free cash is going into reinvesting in themselves, paying down debt, and doing a bunch of others, and making acquisitions, right? Unfortunately, look at this, guys. The amount of free cash flow, by the way, this is the 5-year free cash flow. It is a negative $62 million. Now, obviously $62 million is not a lot, right? But nonetheless, it's still quite a bit of money if this was a positive number. The fact that this is a negative number just tells you right away that this is going to be a mess of a company when it comes to the fundamentals. If the PE just didn't give it away, well, now the 5-year free cash flow certainly has. Now coming over here to the fundamentals, we got the net income 5 years ago of negative 25 million to 1 year ago of negative 52.8 million dollars. Guys, they are just, this is incredible. This is a decrease of 110%. Forget about my projections, right? Just forget about my projections as a whole. Just look at this. Just look at the green. Negative 25 million loss to 52.8 million loss. 110%. Really bad metric. This is not something that you want to see. Next, we got the free cash flow, the lifeblood of the company. And as y'all saw just a couple seconds ago, well, they do have a negative 5-year free cash flow 5 years ago of negative 28.5. I keep forgetting to say the negative. Negative $28.5 million to negative $115.5 million. Guys, that is a massive decrease of 305%. And as y'all saw, 5-year free cash flow of $62 million. Next, we got the revenue, and this is actually their first positive metric that we've got from them. 5 years ago of $16 million to 1 year ago of essentially $407 million, which is a massive increase, guys, of 2,411%, which is just crazy to think about. Now, obviously, this actually makes sense, and here's the reason why. All the metrics up until now actually make a decent amount of sense for the sole reason that this company is really small. They have a lot of room to grow, right? Therefore, all the revenues that they get, as long as they're making revenue, right? As long as they are making positive revenue, their revenue is going to stay good, right? This does not mean, however, that their cash flow or net income will be positive. However, it does mean that the revenue will be positive because, again, they have a lot of room to grow. And you can see right here, this has grown a significant amount within 5 years ago to 1 year ago. However, $406 million is not a lot of money in comparison to what other companies do. However, nonetheless, it is still a huge, massive amount of growth in their revenue. Next, we got the total assets minus the total liabilities. In this metric, we take their total current assets and subtract the total current liabilities to see if they were to liquidate all of their assets, would they have enough cash on hand to cover all their liabilities, which includes their debt. And in this case, they currently actually do have a positive metric here, which I'm actually pretty surprised about. Their current assets minus total liabilities today actually ends up being a positive $1 billion, believe it or not. Their average total assets is around $344.7 million. Their average total liabilities ends up being around $42.25 million, which once we subtract these two, we get assets minus liabilities average of around $302 million. Actually really surprising, guys, that they do have a significant amount of assets in this case. But notice something though, this current year, their assets actually skyrocketed. I don't necessarily know what caused this. I really don't. Definitely an outlier. Will they be able to continue this? I don't know. But definitely a positive metric for now. Something to take a look at in the future, see how they do, because you don't know if they're able to replicate this. Next, we got the total shares outstanding. And, well, as what you can see right here, this is not the best metric that they have. Actually, all their metrics seem pretty bad aside from their assets and liabilities and their revenue. This one is awful. You want this metric to be going down. The more that this goes down, the more of an ownership you have as the investor. Beyond Me, however, 5 years ago, 5 million shares to today of 63 million shares, which is a massive increase of almost 1100%, believe it or not. Now, again, even though this is a negative metric, I understand this. This actually makes perfect sense. And the way that this is explained is because of what I said in the beginning of this video. They have had a lot of hype. This company within the past 2 years has had so much hype, people just buying it because they are the future. They are disruptive, as somebody, Kathy Wood, would say. And, well, the fact that they realize this, they're probably like, people just keep buying our shares for no reason. You know what? Let's issue more shares. Let's get that money back. And people are just going to buy them because they're essentially the crack addicts, right? The company giving out more shares is essentially the crack dealer, while the person buying the shares is the crack addict. As long as they just keep issuing shares, they'll keep buying it because a lot of people don't understand this metric. This is very, very bad to see. 100% diluting the heck out of you. And lastly, we get the cash equivalents. And currently they have around $886 million in cash equivalents with an average cash of $238.63 million. Now guys, in this point of the video is where I would say let's make a low, medium, and high assumption, changing the growth rate, keeping the required rate of return the same, and let's make some assumptions. Let's see where this company lies. Well, as what you can clearly see right here, every single number is in the negatives. And the reason for this is because discounted free cash flow calculators do not work for companies that have a negative free cash flow. It just does not work. So this is essentially why we're getting these types of numbers. And it will never work until they actually get positive cash flow, they get positive revenue, and not necessarily so much the shares outstanding, but we need positive metrics, we need profits. We need this company to be actually generating profits and not just continuously losing money year over year over year. All in all, guys, I know this is a really hype stock. I understand this. And you might be willing to buy this, right? But my personal opinion is this. I get that people are looking for the next Amazon, right? You want to get into the next Amazon because think of like Amazon. It went from like $6 all the way up to $3,000, all this stuff. The issue that we're having here, guys, is that my personal opinion, you should look for a company that actually has made it, that's actually profitable. Let them show you that they are profitable, that they are worthy of your hard-earned money, right? You don't just go to a middle school football player and give him millions of dollars because he has potential to eventually go into the Super Bowl. No, you want to assess him through middle school, through high school, and then through like college, and then eventually, okay, this kid is able to go into the Super Bowl, we should pay him millions. But you're not gonna pay him millions while he's in middle school, right? You're not gonna do that. That's ridiculous. Same principles apply. You want to give the company the ability to make profits. Let them prove to you that they are profitable. But then again, this is just the way that I like to invest, right? If you do not believe me, and if you think that I'm crazy, if you don't think that, oh no, Beyond Meat's the next Amazon or whatever, then by all means, guys, I can't really control what you do with your money. You do whatever you want. I am teaching you guys a method. I am teaching you guys to look specific metrics to make right decisions and to not overpay for a company. Currently, right now, Beyond Meat is definitely not in my outlook at all. Maybe sometime in the future, But until that time comes, for now, I'm avoiding this company. That pretty much does it for this episode. Like if you like, comment, subscribe. It really does help it with the algorithm on YouTube. You can also follow me on my new tech sites of BitChute, Odyssey, and Rumble, where in addition to my stock analysis videos and crypto videos, you will find exclusives as well. And when it comes to Rumble and YouTube, I created a new gaming channel where I'm currently playing through Pokemon Legends Arceus, and I'm having a ton of fun. And if you guys could just go down into the link in the description, support me there, give me a sub, give me a like, give me a comment. You know, if you have kids, I try to keep it PG-13, so I don't like to curse and all this stuff. So pretty family friendly-ish, I guess you could say. And you know, I would really like your support. I have it here on YouTube and also have it on Rumble. And also on Rumble, I have other Let's Plays as well. So if you want to catch other things that are in Pokemon, then you know, you can watch those over there on Rumble too. So with that said, peace out and be on the lookout for the next stock analysis video.